Okay.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. It's cool. Bring a book. Hey, sir.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by, please, stand by.
It's not.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get in here. Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. We just have an update in the case involving Sean Diddy Combs. Just in. The judge initially told members of the press and the public that they would charge the jurors today. However, there's been a change of plans. The judge wants to charge the jurors on Monday. On Monday, ladies and gentlemen. So, verdict watch will begin on Monday. This is an update in the case involving Sean Diddy Combs. And for those who have been following my live, I did an update, explain to you guys what occurred this morning during the closing argument done by the defense, led by Mr. Agniflio, Mark Agniflio. And when I tell you, it was nothing less than masterful. It was a closing that will go into history as one of the best closings of a criminal trial. And it got so bad that the prosecutors tried to throw Mr. Agniflio off his A game by making an objection during the break in his closing, wanting the judge to issue a curative instruction on some of the things he said. Why is that a problem, ladies and gentlemen? Well, one, the defense didn't interrupt the prosecution when they were doing their closing. And this is almost like a little nitpicking. And here's why I knew it was getting really problematic for the prosecutors. They said, Your Honor, we don't want the curative instruction at the end of his closing. We want it when they come back from their break. Meaning they want that to sit in the jurist's mind as they listening to Mr. Agniflio deliver his closing. That's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. It's a problem because the psychology of that means that maybe he's doing something wrong, and then now they have that in the back of their mind. The judge didn't, while the judge gave a curative instruction, he didn't read the curative instruction that was provided or suggested by the prosecution. Why is that a problem? It's the fact that you sort of interrupt the defense's closing with this notion that he said something wrong. And it was very minute because we know as reporters that what is said by the lawyers during a closing argument is not always necessary. The judge reads the law to the jurors. So while Mr. Agniflio was kind of just making a point that while Cassie Ventura was assaulted, and they took ownership of that, they say he did do that, he's not going to play with the people. The fact of the matter is that could have been adjudicated in a state court years ago as a misdemeanor. So prosecutors had an issue with him saying that, and I think that the judge, while he should have probably waited until the closing was done, I think that the jurors will understandably understand that this is something that's normal practice. He didn't go to the extreme. I would love to see what the proposed curative instructions that the prosecutors offer. And we may get a copy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are standing by. And you know, I'm outside the 500 Pearl Street, and the sound in the background are some of the people that come out to be heard. And I'm not calling it out, I'm just calling noise. Guys, we're going to stay live until the family comes out. This will be a live feed till the family comes out. So if you guys have any questions, I don't have a problem answering what I can answer. Before I do that, you must smash the like, hit the thumbs up, smash the like, and make sure you're following this page. Make sure you follow all our pages. We are live on Twitter, Instagram. Well, that's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, both channels. And make sure you just support the platform. I don't want anything to do with Kevin Spacey. You know what? I don't want anything to do with Kevin Spacey. court is not over. The court is not over. The prosecutors doing their rebuttal right now. They've been allotted an hour and a half to do their rebuttal to the defense's closing. So the prosecution is doing their rebuttal right now. Ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Good question. Can the verdict come in on a Sunday? Typically in federal court, they don't run the jurors on the weekend. I want to say I covered the Zimmerman trial, and we got a verdict on Saturday. The Zimmerman trial was in Sanford, Florida. I think that's the only time I recall that we got a verdict on a Saturday. That was state court. And earlier today, when I went live on my other platform, I learned the passing of a dear friend of mine. Her mother passed. Miss Attorney Akeisha El Shabazz, her mother passed yesterday. And I want everyone to please share some love on her page, her social media page. Losing a loved one, especially your mother, is something really hard to deal with. And she loved her mother dearly. Our mother was in a lot of pain, and and this is definitely a disappointment. But I love you, Attorney Shabazz, and I pray for your strength and your family's strength, and I'm here for you if you need me.
He just came and told me that you keep telling people about doing stuff to their babies, and I'm not. You got no food. I'm not taking my food to take that. Stop talking to me. Am I talking about money? Am I talking about money? Stop talking.
Guys, I have a special guest that's been with me all day. And if you see me, she's not far away from me. Big Bertha in the building. Big Bertha in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I brought Big Bertha out. Big Bertha. You'll know about Big Bertha. You'll know about Big Bertha. You'll know about Big Bertha. Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the video on TMZ.com I shot yesterday of the family coming out. Check out the credits. It's on TMZ from yesterday. Go ahead, check it out. It is making its rounds all over the place. Yes, I shot that video. Check out the credits. Check out the byline. Yes.
They're on a break.
They're on a break?
They went to a break.
Before the rebuttal. That's usually what they did. Okay, that's good. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. That's probably 10 minutes. Do we know the time check? How long did the defense do their closing?
They came back, what, around 2?
Yeah, I don't think they did 4 hours. I don't think they did 4 hours.
Everybody with the book in now. The highest one has gotten as what? I know him as
Dennis. How are we? Excuse me? Sure. You want to come around? Come around. Well, no, well, yeah, come over here, yeah.
They just went on a break.
Follow me? Hey,
Yes,
how you doing?
hey.
Nice meeting you. How long you been following me?
I've been following you like last 3 months.
Okay, so want to take a picture? Take a picture.
Yeah. You gotta do it on Snapchat.
Hold on.
Oh, you got it.
You got birthday here. Big birthday. You said big birthday.
Oh, big birthday.
Oh, big birthday. Come on over here. Take your picture. Oh, we gotta look here. We gotta look at this way. I'm sorry.
Thank
Keep
you.
following. Make sure you support the platform.
Yes.
Which story you watch me cover? Which story? Which one?
Right now, the Diddy story.
The Diddy story? Okay. You just start following me on this case?
Yeah, because I follow you on Twitter.
On Twitter too? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter and then I follow you on Instagram.
Post a picture and
I really
tag
like
me.
what you're talking. Yes, I am. I'm doing it right now.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I knew this was you. I was like, that's him.
Oh, yeah.
So you credentialed.
Absolutely.
You over here in the VIP. I'm over there.
Where you at? Across the street?
No, I was over here walking up and down.
Really?
Yeah.
Security? No, something. No, they make,
You know what time we put over here?
Probably, what time is it now? Definitely about 5. 5 o'clock. All right, take care. Take care.
Go back into the court building. So it's time to show you. So stop playing with people.
90-minute rebuttal, hour and a half. Okay, so I just witnessed assault. That's not always the case.
Right, exactly.
Terrence, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I applied for that though, man.
Well, you've been out here since I came out. You've been out
Said
here
he got here at 6.
6? Why you late?
I got to get from the Bronx, so that's what time I wake up. Going to school, going to work all the night.
It's a lot. Wait a minute. Did someone just say Jane Doe filed a civil lawsuit? Did you hear that? Huh?
Everyone's flocking around Christine.
Let's see who.
The sketch artist.
Oh, we got a picture. I want to hold it up. I don't want to go over there. Okay, so the sketch artist. Maybe I'll take it over. I'll spin this around. You're gonna be right here, right?
Yeah,
I gotta keep it this way because of the weight.
What up? What up? Over this or what?
I'm indifferent. When this is passed, over it, but like right now. But earlier it was like,
Too much. He's going right through the movement, right? He's quiet early. Okay, they're gonna research further, but I know that's an affirmative thing.
You got it, my friend. Join the affirmative statement.
I am very curious about the burger. I'm glad that they're going to be done.
All right, guys, I'm back. That was a photo op.
For a 15-minute break.
That's what I just said.
Okay, I didn't know, but you didn't
The
say-
15-minute break?
Yeah, but the rebuttal starts after the break.
It starts at 3.
You said that to me?
You said it started at 3?
The rebuttal starts after the break, the 15-minute break.
Okay. When did it start the break?
About 3:18.
Okay, so
About 10
they.
minutes.
Okay, so they got about 4 more minutes. You'll be home for dinner. You'll be home for dinner.
No, that you just jinxed it.
Oh, the judge is gonna get. I changed my mind. Let's just do the summary. That was so good.
It's kind of weird to charge the jury.
Who is this black man?
They should deliberate.
Google his name.
You can't charge them and then
No,
expect
they
them to
should at minimum, my mind, charge them. They go into the room, they take a vote, see where they're at, and then say, all right, depending upon that, well, maybe in a few hours, whatever. But if it's like,
Well, the interviews will probably start Monday around 10 o'clock. Say they'll come back out. Well, the lawyers they can speak after that. It's lifted. They can speak.
Okay. Thank you.
I wish all that happened today. But here's the thing, you know, you don't want fatigue jurors going back, you know, they're probably exhausted. See, the thing is also they're ending on a rebuttal, the weekend over a rebuttal. Whatever they say now, that's going to be in their minds over the weekend. Right. Whoever gets the last word. You know, I took a poll earlier. I should take another poll, ladies and gentlemen. If you think Mr. Combs should be acquitted of all charges, put a 1 in the chat. If you think Mr. Combs will be found guilty on any of the counts, put a 2 in the chat. I'm gonna do a running poll that is actually being calculated. We don't have to do the numbers, okay? Okay, the ones are coming in. The ones are not guilty. Ones are coming in not guilty. Ones are coming in not guilty. I see a 2 there. I see a 2 there. I see a 2 there in the crowd.
As soon as 3 o'clock
Yeah. I know.
3 o'clock every day.
She's got some sort of task that she does. She works here, like, does something.
Does she work here? I saw her in the clerk's office filing some paperwork.
Yeah, she does something.
I seen her before the trial started. She was in the clerk's office filing some paperwork. You know, you have some people just like to sue people. She was arguing at the storm. Huh? Oh, someone said that the Jane Doe filed a civil lawsuit. Did anyone hear that? If that happened, that would have been nice for the closing argument for them to mention that. I don't know if that's true.
So the police department went to the United States District Court and said chokehold should not be illegal because we don't know what choking is. What that means.
Okay, twos are coming in slow. Twos are coming in slowly. One's heavy. One's a heavy. Okay, so you're asking my thoughts. Let me see what the question was. Hold on. Why thumbnail so small? Why glasses so strong?
You can sue the police department to supply you a lawyer. You know the police does something that's illegal. The police have to give them a lawyer, and if they don't, they can sue the police. So you talk about who's suing the police. How you figure out a government? How you figure out any entity? It's like a group. If you study the group itself.
All right, guys, come in here. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. Smash the likes. Come on, guys. Come on, say that on the camera. Say that on camera. Huh? You retired? Was there graduation today? Was? NYPD? Oh, yeah, okay. You get fired? Oh. Okay. Well, you did. I don't. Wait, hold on. I need everyone. I mean everybody. Everybody. Hit the follow button. I don't care where you at. I don't care what platform you're on. Hit the follow button. I see the twos. The twos are crawling in. They're crawling in slowly. Twos in slowly. Ow! Where you going? Huh?
This
Things going the wrong way.
They murder people like that. They bring you to the infirmary, and in the infirmary, they murder you.
So I said, why are you not inside? I've been inside all day. I've been inside all day. I'm outside and getting updates. Don't play with me. I'm glad I found you. You know how that song goes? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do? Okay, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, you probably, that's an old song. Yeah. Told my age, hold on.
New lawsuit was filed against Justin.
Oh, Justin, that was 2 days, maybe yesterday I saw it. I saw it 2 days ago.
Because if you want to know in the mid-90s, there are things that they were saying that they were scared to say today. Like a different example, when a police officer would murder somebody.
I look good this Friday. What about last Friday?
In the mid-90s, is it true or not that all they used to
Shout
say
out to
on TV
Jill.
is, I was just
Shout
doing my
out
job.
to my Jill. Jill, I see you, Jill. Shout out to my Jill. Jill.
They always would say, I don't have to apologize. I was doing my job. But if they were saying that,
Oh, I was waiting for the hearts to come up. Smash the hearts up, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, smash the hearts. Hold on. Here we go.
yeah, grab the pole, bitch.
Smash those hearts. Come on.
But when you want to charge me with disorderly conduct, or you want to charge me with making a lot of noise, which has been found to be unconstitutional.
Hey, how you doing?
What a lot of noise is.
I'm great. I'm outside of Diddy right now.
Smash those hearts up. Hey, Ron, what are you doing, Ron? Ron.
Yep.
Ronald Reagan.
Defense just finished up their closing process. He's going to get charged. The street is going to stay interesting.
What they were saying, qualified is what they were getting off. And I think this officer does something. It's what they're qualified. They almost can do whatever they want. They just don't tell you.
Is she doing the mannequin challenge in front of the court? She's frozen. Is she frozen? Is she frozen? Because she's standing.
Yeah.
That's
Watching her behind us, like, what's she doing? Yeah, her, yeah.
I'm talking about lawsuits where the
She's
police
frozen. You see that?
I got my buddy Derek. He before when you needed fulfillment. Yeah, Jeffrey texted me.
No. A lot of people don't know who Daniel California is.
I've talked about the case. We're waiting for the case. So stand by. If you don't want me in the camera, I'll move. You prefer to watch the door instead of me, I'll move. Remember, you asked for that.
Back when they used to write about
Psych, this is my show. You don't control anything.
funding and things like that. I don't know he's the same person because Daniel Patrick Mournier, and I do know him as being an Irish person. You have to decide if that happens to be the same. Oh, wow.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Smash the likes, share. Share. When we have breaking news, you guys will get the breaking news coming outside the courthouse in New York City, the Patrick J. Moynihan building, where on 26A, the trial of Sean Diddy Combs is coming to a close today. Today it will come to a close. Then the jurors will get the case. Or Monday, depending what the judge does. We'll see. You leaving? See you next week. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna put so much Starbucks in this town, you won't get tired of Starbucks. I would bring so much, I'm gonna tell you what the material is. Every search is in my name. I got all the others. Then you got people that approach us from.
Everybody going home. How you doing?
And no one gets tired of it.
Waiting. Monday. Maybe Tuesday. I think I should come back next week.
Now, I do agree that it's going to be a hard time.
I think they may go after the lot.
The knowledge part.
Maybe. You never know. You can never tell.
The fashion and entertainment
Yeah,
still got a lot.
yeah.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
See you later. See you later.
I'm either looking for or I'm entertaining, so I don't have to know. So I'm gonna say fashion.
I can't talk about the lawsuit that was about kids because I hadn't read the lawsuit. Read the lawsuit. Some didn't have any merit, and I would say no one who sued Mr. Combs has showed up at the criminal trial, which is interesting. Probably. We call those lawsuits bogus. Some of them bogus. You see, listen, guys. See, fat thing with that other attorney, Blackburn. They actually sued Black. Filing the lawsuit, but the way the headlines read, it was like Fat Joe was being sued by the defendant, but the defendant was actually the one that was being sued by the plaintiff. And Fat Joe's the plaintiff. The initial lawsuit was filed by Fat Joe. Say hello to Paris and Katy Perry. What up, what up, what up? Yeah. She's there all this morning. You see her? But she was on her job.
crazy. In the 60s, it was actually revolution. No, Stanley Crouch is who I was talking about. I know all of them. And in the 60s, he was a military. And then he turned into like a murderer. He wrote the book, The Crisis of the Black Intellectual. There's no standard what the police can do. This is where the play on language is from. Of course we can kill a man with a gun. In fact, in many cases they don't give a until he drops the gun and doesn't kill him. But even if a police officer tells you to get up and move, and you refuse to move, and they attempt to move and you resist, they can use any level of force. That part, obviously, if you're refusing to leave somewhere, you're resisting. So we don't need to get into that part. If you're refusing to leave somewhere, that equation is okay. You're resisting. How could the cops murder you for having a gun and also murder you for resisting to leave somewhere? I want you to ask something. On the news. We don't have to arrest you. There's nothing said on TV that said that I said, why? You're losing force. What are you losing force? Unless you have arrest. There's no area that says I can pick you up until you agree. And if you don't agree, I can hurt you to arrest and just say you're resisting arrest. How is a person resisting arrest? Saying they want to be placed on arrest. The truth is that you refuse to arrest them. And then when you attempted to throw them out, it didn't work. Then you said when you arrest them.
That's possible. Very possible.
Is anybody going to say the truth today? Hey, I'm going to say the truth today.
Everything else.
No.
We're trying to keep the police in the thing. I'm not these other entertainers. I speak to you directly.
Oh, I'm hungry.
You might as well speak to a community college.
I'm talking real food.
If you try to convince me that there's not a relationship directly, linearly, from the development of the Ku Klux Klan in this country to the modern police, then you might as well speak to a community college.
That's what you said yesterday when you made like my
And you certainly got to speak to me.
Yo.
I'm in charge of Harvard,
You'll see my live camera.
which means white boys too. I'm in charge of MIT niggas. You know what I'm saying? UCal, Berkeley. I have to go to the debate. Yeah.
get them for huh?
What's that? Oh, Dover. How far is that?
Alex Jones, honey.
Wow.
Alex Jones.
sounds extensive.
Didn't Alex Jones get sued recently for about $50 million? When did a news commentator, if you want to call it news, I'm giving you a better.
So did she put the other one in the shop?
A news person that's not mainstream get $50 million to pay.
What was wrong with it?
For a lawsuit. How much money does Alex Jones have?
No, what about the
All
thing
he does
under the
is
car?
talk about the government and the constitutional fucking thing. Like the white boys do. How many books are in the Bible? That's your business. 66. Okay. I didn't ask you. That's not what I asked you. You see, when you say certain things, you get devils coming out and approach you. But now that the devil approached me, I know I'm doing something.
Was nothing? That thing sounded like a whole lot.
Don't want to know nothing unless you say something true.
But she took it for a ride, so it's quiet now?
But anyway, like I stated, I'm the one speaking. Hey, I'm good. I like the I'm not even talking about nothing. Listen, I'm asking you a question. It's nonsense. I'm playing both sides. Both sides. You say you want to things, but when I ask you about Hugh Hefner, you don't answer the question. When I ask you about Larry Flint, you didn't answer the question. When I ask you, why is it that Larry Flint,
it's like very noisy out here.
a lot of you don't know that.
I'm going to call you back because I don't want my phone to die. I don't have a charger.
Larry Flint. Not you. Fishy dog wall. The phrase there's no business like all business came from a white man named Larry Flint, Hustler Magazine. How many of you didn't say he was doing free calls? Oh, you don't want to give me the title? That's all right, because I already got it. I'm better than you and the nigga at ABC. You know, you can tell by the way I talk. I just don't got the business. I don't got the pocket. I'm around that. They don't want to give me the big things. I know you can shop with that. You don't want to let me in and take my shop. So I say the same thing. You know, if Black saying I can do bad over myself. But Black saying is also, I'm going to take affirmative action. I'm not going to ask no questions. That's why you got rid of affirmative action. You don't even like the concept. You don't even like the statement affirmative action. They said, let's theoretically get rid of the theory. That sounds too militant. Affirmative action has been outlawed. Why would they get rid of a concept?
Oh, so you gonna put that on me?
Get rid of a concept.
You thought I fell out? Really? You really put that on me? You really put that on me? You thought I fell out?
They were scared
Really?
of the concept of affirmative action. What the fuck you talking about? You gonna go somewhere and do something without our permission, without asking us before? They don't got nothing to do with the actual legislation.
I saw read some of these comments.
They didn't want the idea of affirmative action. Oh, you didn't know I was that level? You don't give a fuck about ABC, them guys and me. I'm on that level. And when you get there to tell me, I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't need you to understand what you're talking about.
I'm just going to turn that around, guys. Stand by.
I don't need you to tell me about courthouse. I don't need you to tell me about in-corporate operations of cops making up gangs, saying that gangs exist. They don't even exist. You know, cops do that. They'll say that there's a gang war going on in the neighborhood, and they'll mention a gang that you never even heard of. What the fuck is this? I'm reading the paper one day, and they said that such and such was shot in the corner, and it was a gang war between the Upper Hill gang and the Down Hill gang. Where the hell have you ever heard of a gang call himself Up the Hill gang and another gang call himself Down the Hill gang? A gang would be started to even label themselves like that. I mean, part of it is a gang, right? Does that sound attractive? Does that sound lucrative to call yourself Up the Hill gang? And the other gang calls himself Down the Hill. It doesn't make any sense. But they'll tell you that exists. Like in the 60s,
Oh, so they, oh yeah. Yeah.
They said that a group called the United Slaves was against the black people. Have you ever heard of a group called the United Slaves?
Okay, guys, I'm going to turn the camera around.
hand and cut a child out of a black woman's stomach and feed it to an alligator. You think those stories are fake? You think those are both stories? You think that's novelty?
I respect how you move.
Or you think Rosewood was a real Rosewood
And still trying to help the world. So he's not tied to certain people
because if they see you be successful, white man say, "You had nothing to do with me." You gotta find a way to tell that. Because if we didn't have those black security guards, we'd be in trouble like a mother. I'm charged the white man. I'm going to get the white man. Because the reason why, you're a murderer and you're a criminal. Everybody knows that. You cannot do that.
It's like both of my hand. It's like syrup.
What? This guy's name? The president?
Come on.
Yeah, I know you're interested. I know when you're interested.
One of my top 5. Maybe it might be number 2.
I might.
I'm going to
Guys, if you want me to put it on mute, put it 1 in the chat. If you want me to keep it wide open, put a 2 there. So I might put it on. Oh, I see you got your. Well, hold on, Candy. I see you got your product. Come over here.
Say what? I got 2% left on this camera. I can't
Let me just talk to her real quick. I'm gonna get it just. Candy, real quick, Candy. Candy, I can't. Come here. Real quick.
Oh, I am. No, oh, yeah, once he's out, I'm trying to help. You know, Diddy's son.
Say, come here. Say hello to my people.
Make this money. Make this money. Hello.
This is my people here. Say hi, Candy.
Hi. StreamYard. That's where I've attended before on an interview. How are you, Mr. Dennis Byron?
Doing good. Say hello to Candy. Tell me how to follow you, Candy.
I am Candy Kane 2.0 on Instagram, TikTok.
She be having my back out here, ladies and gentlemen. She be holding me down out here.
Jacqueline Candor Williams on Facebook.
She don't play with me. She don't play about me.
Find me on Twitter, x.com. For sure.
What you wearing? Let me see what you wearing.
CANDOR.
Let me see what you wearing.
But I'm not going to
Free
give
puffy.
it.
I
I'm not
have
going
the
to give you
pandas
the
on my feet.
You want it, but I'm not going to give it to you.
See everything.
Because it looks like you already had enough of it. It's oozing out of your ass.
Oh my God. TikTok. AHH, please. Big Mike.
All right, ladies, we're back.
Thank you, Mr. Byron. Dennis Byron.
If you didn't get it, you should have got it. It's called viral.
My heart.
It comes back over here.
Thank you so much. Oh, good hug.
They always have some next going crazy, jumping on
Yo, listen, come on, though. Listen. No, she holds me down. Yesterday, I'm telling you, she went on one of these stances. Yesterday, somebody, she was about to rumble. She put one of these stances. I said, oh, she about that. She hit one down. I said, oh, and with the bowls. I said, okay. He said that. I said, okay. You know something.
How did the state go with the churches and tell churches you can't have meetings?
I done slimmed down. You think? Wait, hold on. You trying to say I was fat? Listen, I've been on a fruit diet. I've just been fruit. See, when I'm in Georgia, I'm eating all the time. Guys, you know, those who follow me. When I'm in Georgia, I'm eating a lot. I'm in all the restaurants in New York. They got me on a diet here in New York, ladies and gentlemen. They got me on a diet.
Harris right there. That's my boy right there.
But if the pork was like a little salty,
What's up, Mike? Come here, talk to me. Come here. Come talk to me. Come around, Mike. Streets. Mike, you've been out here from day one. We're closing right now. Closing arguments are almost concluded. Prosecution right now.
And also, I think that the defense attorneys are up there doing they were doing they closing arguments. They was somebody's life is on the line right here. And for you to come up, they up there coming around and calling Cassie an HO, and Capricorn an HO, and all this is bedroom listen and all. But
you don't think
the problem is that when you have people come, you not be exempt to who has to go through steps, prosecution, or because he has the
it's wrong for a man to fly a woman out that they're grown adults flying. He's flying a significant other out to hook up. You think there's a problem with that?
no, it's not a problem with that. But the problem is when you
Camera on you.
the problem is when you fly people out for certain purposes like sexual activity. That's what's the problem. You know what I'm saying? When you knowing that you flying somebody out, violating interstate commerce, and then if it becomes a federal matter. If the feds are after you because they want your money or your property or anything, don't give them a reason to go ahead and come after you, and don't make it easy for them to go ahead and seize everything that you got because they don't play fair. You understand? So now your lawyer's standing up there. Brian Steele is up there standing up there, and he's up there laughing and joking around. This man getting $2 million for this case right here. All the lawyers are getting $1 million apiece. Why is he taking this as a joke?
Well, I've been in the courtroom every day for the most part. I think because of the seriousness of this case, you have to break the monotony in the courtroom. Everything's, if the jurors are laughing, you got them. If they
But they
laugh,
wasn't laughing. Only he was laughing.
let me ask you a question about the testimony of Cassie Ventura. Cassie Ventura testified that she more booked some of these recalls as well. Do you think she was forced to do this?
Yes, she was coerced.
You think she was coerced?
Yes.
She stayed there for 11 years. You still think she was coerced?
Yes. She had an album. She had a 10-year album deal with Diddy, and then push out not one album.
Do you think?
That was in his purpose of.
Do you believe the testimony of Mia? Because she said some serious stuff. Do you believe the testimony of Mia?
I listened to the elements of it. I believe the elements. Yeah, I believe it. Yes. I believe her. I believe Jane Doe. I believe Capricorn said that Diddy forced her in the car to go after Kid Cudi. I believe that. And I also believe that he's going to get found. Maybe he might not get found guilty on RICO, but he's definitely 100% going to get found guilty on the Mann Act, because the Mann Act does not qualify for a lot of elements. And also, in the fine print, it says even if the woman is consensual and willing to do the acts, he still can be charged with the Mann Act. Guilty.
The Mann Act has only been used in modern time against people of color. Don't you see a problem with that?
No, I don't see a problem with it, because first of all, he put himself in that position. None of the viewers is here that's right here watching us right now. Not me, not you. Nobody put Diddy in this position. He put himself in this position. He had billions. He was worth $1 billion, over $1 billion. You telling me that he had to go ahead and squander his money to do illegal activities that he was going through? This wasn't just no FOs, nobody this FO doing FOs. This man was doing the DVs. He was hitting on women. He was up there telling them, listen, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then I'm going to take this away from you. That's a coercion right there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go ahead and do your job? You made me do my job. I paid that $10,000. So now, Jane Doe, you got to do your job. That is a coercion. And also, what about when he paid the $100,000 for the videotape to disappear? That's bribery.
Security asked for $50,000. He paid $100,000. This was a transaction between a private entity. There was never a conversation about don't tell law enforcement. If this was a thing to prevent embarrassment, don't you think he has a right to do that? This is not. He didn't say don't tell law enforcement. He said don't embarrass him with this video footage. It's a big difference there. You don't see the confusion that the jurors may see there. When you say bribery is usually involving, based on the statute, involving members of law enforcement. These security people weren't members of law enforcement. They were private citizens.
Bribery can be given or receiving. All right. They didn't contact Diddy. KK, aka Christina Carm, aka KK, reached out to Garcia and then passed the phone to Diddy, and then Diddy spoke to him and said, listen, this tape can ruin my career. We need that tape. And then he said, I can change your life. That's what he said in the testimony. He said, I can change your life. And then after he gave the $100,000, he said, he made him sign an NDA. Now watch this. He said, if you violate this NDA, you don't pay me back. You pay Combs Enterprise back $1 million. You just put your enterprise into a criminal activity. Now, the Continental Hotel paid Cassie $10 million. Why? Because they covered it up. That tape was supposed to be submitted over to law enforcement because a crime had occurred.
Are you aware that signing an NDA during a financial transaction is not a crime, especially when the individual is a private citizen?
Okay, so now I'm going to break this down. Now, Garcia got immunity for giving this testimony. 2 reasons why Garcia got immunity. For one, tax evasion. 2, that he could have been labeled as a co-conspirator by hiding evidence, by trying to cover up evidence. But the IT,
It's a three. It's a three there too.
all right, well, you can get the third one.
The three is to be able to give the government a blank check to have this witness testify to whatever they want him to testify to, because an immunity agreement is similar to a blank check in a prosecution case.
Okay, well, I can go with that. Listen, this guy's good, man. He's good. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing right here. So I think that the prosecution has proved that element right there of bribery. I think so. This is my opinion. And also, I think that the coercion is going to stick. When they said that they was dropping an attempt kidnapping and attempt arson, guess what? Everybody was jumping around saying, Diddy is free! Diddy is free! He's going to get out. And everybody lied. TMZ lied, Channel 7 News lied, and guess what? The only people that was out here, and a lot of bloggers lied. But yours truly did not lie. I did not go with that. I did not believe that because, for one, you can't go ahead and keep a kidnapping charge and an attempt kidnapping charge. It's either he did it or he didn't do it. All right. So now you get rid of the attempt because you pulling him on the kidnapping, and the kidnapping is one of the elements that they can go ahead and prove. What's up, bro? The kidnapping is one of the elements that they can prove when Capricorn said he was knocking on the door and he was waving something in his hand, and she said later she seen that it was a pew pew. I was just trying to keep it clean. And then guess what? The defense attorney never pulled the pew pew out of his hand. The defense attorney said, "Well, he didn't point the pew pew at you, did he?"
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what Brian still said.
Hold on.
Brian still said that.
Well, hold on. But during closing, attorney Mark Niflio told the jurors that she made the story about a gun because she was just trying to cover herself because she was doing something wrong. He said that she possibly wasn't telling the truth. So they planted that seed. I think that seed is going to stick. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back when the verdict comes in. I'm going to bring Mike back on. I want to get.
They can find me.
Oh yeah, hold on. No, we will get to that. Drum roll, please. I want you to follow him. Look at his take on the case, and let's see who is closer to the outcome.
Follow me on YouTube, Big Mike 0626. That's Big Mike 0626. And if you're on TikTok, follow me at Big Mike 626. I promise you, I got some footage right here, along with this good man right here. Y'all following the baddest horse in the land. I'm going to produce it. When he is found guilty on all charges, I'm going to pull out my victory cigar and smoke it.
And guys, I also have footage. I'm going to play that footage on my documentary of one of Diddy's parties, and I made Photoshop him in the party.
All right, bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. Listen.
The thing about it is,
all right, guys.
the sisters up there playing around. They can't pay millions of dollars.
You got to make light of the situation because it's a very serious situation. People have opinions, and I give people opportunity to say what they feel. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be those 12 people that go in that box and have to decide the outcome. But yeah, I'm pretty good at Photoshop. You might be in one of those parties. But it's a good party, ladies and gentlemen. Good party.
But that's so that they can argue it on the higher court. So when it gets to the court of appeal, if it gets convicted of the RICO, it's going to get back here. You understand? They're going to say, no, we don't have
I'm never reading the comments, guys. I'm not. I'm very, very colorful. Very colorful. Guys, do we get an update? We get an update?
The woman is consensual.
Did we get an update?
She's willing to commit the act.
The
He's
rebuttal's
still
underway.
charged with the Land Act. Because if you have somebody that's doing escort services or prostitution, you guys are in the court with the state lines, whether it's
Started around 3:40.
3:40. Oh, wow. 3:40.
$5.
Okay, so the rebuttal started at 3:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the judge is allotting 1 hour, 30 minutes for the prosecution to do the rebuttal. So we should be done. This phase of the trial go after 5 minutes.
Listen, this is going to be justice for Tim Porter. This is going to be justice for Tupac. This is going to be justice for Black Rob, Craig Mack.
Guys, if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button. And I think we may have an opportunity to talk to the attorneys. We'll see. We'll see if the attorneys will come out. And that all depends on how this ends. I think maybe Monday.
Why? And she was laying in the bathtub. Why? Listen. Why is it that the police never questioned him and he was him and her was together? He was running getting on drugs on. Why is it that when they went down to Clark Davis, they said Clark Davis?
See, I may pull people over here, guys. You never know who I pull over here. You never know who I pull over here. If you want me to pull some other people over here that
keep the party going,
give their opinion about
you know
this
why?
case,
Just got Jennifer Hudson already. Whitney Houston couldn't even sing no more. Just got drugs out of her. Messed up her vocal. She couldn't sing. Listen to how listen to the song. I look to you. Listen how she was sounding. She was sounding messed up. Bob Davis already had Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson.
Is anyone seeing Nicoleo's?
She could sing. She got kicked off from American Idol, right? Bob Davis said, "No, that's not the look we need for me." Now she's all skinny, walking around here like this, with big feet and big head and little body. You know what I'm saying? I'm cracking a joke right there, but I'm just saying, with Ray J never was questioned by the police, right? And Ray J was rushed out of there before the cops even got there. And when the ambulance was downstairs, they did not let the ambulance come upstairs. The guy in the tent to Whitney. And what's with these fucking bathtubs? Whitney Houston, guess who witnessed it? Bobby Christina. How did she go the same way her mother went? The same way in the bathtub. With Eric Carter. How did they throw him in the bathtub? What's with these bathtubs? What's with these damn bathtubs? This ain't no conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Clive Davis is a monster. Quincy Jones, he was a beast. Diana Ross is a beast. Oprah Winfrey is a beast. Tyler Perry is a beast. Lee Daniels is a beast. Jimmy Alvin is a beast. All of these people, Barry Gordy is a beast. These people with them, Jermaine Dupri is a beast. Chris Stokes is a beast. Chris Stokes is breaking Immature and B2K. And y'all saying it. And let's open up Pandora's box. Chris Stokes was rich.
The opinions of the audio in the back is not my opinion. I should put a disclaimer there because I don't subscribe to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I had to put that out there because I don't want no one trying to come sue.
Then he turned Marcus Houston into a beast also. He watched Marcus Houston on Great Raz B. Raz B wasn't crazy. He was telling the truth. And then you want here's some final juice I'm gonna give to y'all. When you got people like
let loose.
When you got people like Diddy and you got people like fucking Jay-Z, Sean Corey Carter, who asked should be in here, I would say let Diddy out and lock his ass up when he had Rihanna at 15 years old, chucking her around, flew her over here on a private jet, gave her father $500,000, and then told her at 15 years old, listen, only way you gonna get out of this room, man, is if you sign this contract and you going out the window. How you gonna tell a 15-year-old something like that? This came out of Rihanna's mouth. Foxy Brown had on her box at 14, 15 years old. All the little young girls, Aaliyah. Why do you think they did that to Aaliyah? She was about to expose R. Kelly, Jay-Z, and Puff Daddy. This is facts. Lenny Kravitz offered his plane. He said no. We don't want his plane. And they put her on the plane and gave her sleeping pills before she even got on the plane. This is facts. This is facts, man. What do you think they locked up? Listen, why do you think they locked R. Kelly up? You know why they locked him up? Because R. Kelly was about to corner the market because he was going to get all his
guys, I'm going to end this live, and I'm going to see you guys on the next live.
Let's call it how we going to call it.
Until next time.
Guess who funded Survivor R. Kelly? Sean Corey Carter.